Just like Tom Brady can name the 6 quarterbacks selected ahead of him in the 2000 NFL Draft, just like Michael Jordan never forgot that Leroy Smith was selected over him as a sophomore in high school to make the varsity team, and just like Jan Hus never forgot who burnt him at the stake in 14-15, we won't forget that either, Jan. RJ Barrett probably won't forget the 10 rookies selected ahead of him in the 2020 NBA All-Rookie team. And do accolades actually mean anything as a rookie? No, they don't. No, of course not. MCW won Rookie of the Year over Giannis, and is there anyone today, outside of all the people that sniff glue, that think MCW is actually better than Giannis? But it is a slight like this that has motivated RJ to have a strong sophomore year so far in what I call the Sophomore Year Revenge Tour, which sounded a lot cooler in my head. And I just knew. I had a feeling this year would be different for the Knicks. No, I didn't think they would make the playoffs, but different in some ways nonetheless. When the Knicks released this collaboration with Dipset and clothing brand Kith via a freestyle at half court with Jewels, Jim Jones, and Cameron, because when you collaborate with Cameron Giles, you're never going to fail. I'll be honest though, I'm not a fashion guy and I've never actually heard of the brand Kith, but isn't that exactly how Mike Tyson would pronounce kiss? Let me kiss ya. Anyway, I'm rambling and I'm going to get into RJ's backstory very, very quickly. Born Rowan Alexander Barrett in Canada, his father played professional basketball and was pretty good. He was good friends with Steve Nash, who was actually RJ's godfather. In 2015, he transferred to play high school basketball in Florida, becoming the number 1 overall prospect on ESPN's ranking. He went to Duke, and by the end of a solid freshman year at Duke, which concluded and declared for the NBA draft, his stock slipped ever so slightly by the rise of Zion Williamson and the media's obsession with him, and to a certain extent also Ja Morant. But still, RJ went 3rd overall in the 2019 NBA draft to the New York Knicks, a team that he said in the build-up to the draft means a lot to him because his late grandfather was the biggest Knicks fan in the world, and his grandfather used to tell him he would be playing for the Knicks one day. Now, RJ had a solid rookie year showing plenty of upside. A few flaws, of course, as any rookie would have, especially defensively and iso ball. Some hesitation when driving with his weak hand. Of course, he shoots lefty. He is right-handed, but he shoots lefty. He had some hesitation as a rookie driving to his weak side hand. Some bad habits that worked because he was so good on the high school and the college level, but that shit's not going to work at the NBA where everyone is the best high school and college player of their town. And most notably, an inconsistent shot. 40.2% from the field and 32.0% from 3. However, in the last 10 games of his rookie year, he was humming just like Sade, averaging 17.2 points per game, 45.7% from the field, and 36.6% from the 3. Much improved. Then COVID hit, everything went to shit, and being that the Knicks were wet garbage, they were not invited to the bubble, which was probably for the best. Refresh, regroup, get back next year, forget that last year or the last 20 years ever happened. But it was on September 15th that the big blow actually came. 10 young guns selected to the all-rookie first and second team, and not one of them was named Rowan Alexander Barrett. Now, like I've said, in the long run, these awards and accolades don't actually mean much. But if you're on a team that didn't have many bright spots, it is the sentimental honors and awards that make the season seem like it wasn't a complete lost cause. So when that fell through for RJ, brutal honesty must have set in. I'm sure he did a lot of soul searching during the offseason, a lot of looking in the mirror as a basketball player, and what was staring back at him was the brutal, grim reality of the New York Knicks, a basketball franchise rich in history that has struggled for the last couple decades. The road to turning this franchise around would be filled with a lot of broken glass, a lot of uphill climbing, and most importantly, a lot of hard work. It comes with a tremendous amount of pressure, the type of pressure that could break the common man. It would squish me personally, but not Rowan Alexander Barrett. Not for a damn second. You hear me? RJ also didn't hold back with his emotions in regard to the snub, saying, "It bothered me a lot. Not going to lie, it bothered me a lot. I really didn't understand why I wasn't on it, but it was motivation for next season. It was good to have an extra chip on my shoulder and just prove myself even more." Fast forward to today, January of 2021, we made it, and the Knicks are 4-3. Get the confetti out! 4-3 doesn't seem like much, but they are night and day from where they were last year, with 4 quality wins too, blowing out the Bucks, beating the Cavs, and 2 very close wins over the Pacers and the Hawks respectively. Now, are the Knicks back? Whoa, that is way, way too soon to just be declaring that. We are only just 7 games into a COVID-riddled season, and I think if you told any Knicks fans, "Hey, buddy, the Knicks are back, they would say, please don't jinx this. Let's just go forward without really mentioning it. If the Knicks made the playoffs and you told Knicks fans, hey, the Knicks are back, I think they'd say, please, it's way too soon. We'll wait and see. Let's see what happens. And I think if the Knicks won the finals and you told them, hey, the Knicks are finally back, they would be like, please shut the hell up. The Knicks aren't back yet. They still got a lot of work to do. I'll believe it when I see it. But they won the finals. Knicks fans who are good, hardworking, honest people have been beaten down by this team for so long that the best they can do right now is a sense of cautious optimism surrounding the team. And there is plenty to be optimistic about. I myself would like to sincerely apologize to Mr. Julius Randle for ever doubting him. He is playing like an all-star right now. That's not a hyperbole. That's not an exaggeration. He's playing like an all-star right now. Elfrid Payton is somehow not the worst player in the NBA and somehow shooting 42% from the three and has upgraded from being complete dog shit last year to now, let's say, he's probably a poop dollar. Immanuel Quickley is already much better than LeBron ever was. Mitch is doing his thing, and Austin Rivers was a very underrated pickup. Coach Tibbs, Worldwide Wes, and Leon Rose have breathed life into this team from a managerial and coaching standpoint to the likes of which we've never seen before. And that is despite the fact that owner James Dolan is thwarting their efforts at every possible step. I don't have proof of that, I just have a very good feeling. The Knicks right now are playing purposeful basketball, which was largely absent last year. They were playing purposeless basketball last year. That's the opposite of purposeful. It was basically just, okay, Julius Randle, just go be inefficient. Just go do whatever. And a lot of the Knicks' improvements this year have to do with one RJ Barrett in what I call his Sophomore Year Revenge tour. No, I haven't given up on that. Never forget the all-rookie team snub. And a lot of this actually has to do with Julius Randle rising to his potential, playing better team basketball, and incorporating RJ Barrett more in his game. Check out this stat after the Hawks win. The last Knicks duo to put up 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists came in 1977. That was, of course, until last night when RJ and Julius combined to do it. They also must be in Nick Diaz cardio shape because these two are averaging the most minutes in the NBA right now, which will go down as players get healthy, but still, that's damn impressive 7 games into the season. Let's just hope they don't burn out. RJ and Julius are a very good duo. I haven't seen this good of a duo in New York since Capone and Noriega, since Howard Stern and Beetlejuice, since Times Square and a crackhead trying to sell you something you don't want or need for $15. Then you tell him, no, I don't want that. Then he starts the fight, and that's when you break out the fists. That's when you get the combos going and start to have a little fun. That's when you start to use the elements around you like broken glass and form an incredible bond with this homeless man crackhead that will never be broken. What was I talking about? RJ has certainly benefited from an improvement in the game plan, spacing, and overall better ball movement. A 3.7 assists per game this year is up from 2.6 last year, and his dribble drive offense demands respect, draws in defenders to find the open man. He is also a very efficient rebounder with a total of 7.5 boards per game, up from 5 last year. Defensively, he is much improved in iso ball and even made a crucial defensive play in the fleeting moments of the Hawks game. Still a long way to go on defense, but he's slowly making improvements. It's a good sign to see. But the biggest upside this year has to be his free throw shooting, going from 61.4% last year, not good, to 77.8% this year, now in the very young season. Take a bow, son. I mean that. Take a bow. Also, as a lefty shooter, he's improved on going to his right more, even scoring and driving on the All-Star Sabonis, Lithuania. Sit down. I think the general consensus for RJ Barrett right now is that he is a very good, solid young player who has a bright future ahead. But how bright is that future? How good can he be? Can he be an All-Star? Well, it will come down to one thing, and it isn't exactly a secret. That is his outside shooting. Like Cameron said in his freestyle, the rim at MSG did him dirty, and that is sadly what is happening to RJ from the three-point line. A pretty much the same field goal percentage from last year at around 40%, but a noticeable dip from three-point land, going 32.0% last year to now a dismal 23.5% this year, albeit on 1.4 more attempts, but not what you want to see. And one of these games was an abysmal performance against one of the best defenders in the NBA right now, Ben Simmons. So if you take that out, he's still shooting 28% from 3, which is still not good. I don't know why I brought that up. However, there is a silver lining to all of this. Whatever mechanics Coach Tibbs need to have him tweak to make the shot even more efficient, I am sure he will do so. He has shown a willingness to get better defensively as a passer, and with both hands, I'm sure RJ will be working relentlessly to improve his outside shot. He is trying to get it to a level where it is consistent, like against the Pacers on January 6th, going 4 for 5 from the 3, or on December 23rd, going 3 for 3 from the 3. Also against the Pacers, I've found the solution. He just needs to play against the Pacers each and every game. Adam Silver, if you truly care about this Knicks team rebounding, schedule it so the Knicks have 80 games a year against the Pacers. Now, since even before the draft, the player comparisons to RJ have been to one DeMar DeRozan. And we can debate all day how efficient DeRozan is from the outside, but the reality is that he has become an all-star level scorer time and time again after struggling a little bit early on to break through. A similar spot RJ may be in right now, may be in down the road. And knowing that this was a frequent comparison, a bit of recent news brought me back to a headline from 2013 saying DeRozan was going to watch game film instead of going out on New Year's Eve in 2013. Well, what did RJ do for this past New Year's? Well, he showed a commitment to getting better by practicing his shot on New Year's Eve. And look, I know as an NBA player during COVID in New York City, he probably had an entire set of rules saying he can't legally or professionally go to a party on New Year's Eve. But you're ruining the point, damn it. He's working hard because he knows for damn sure that his current shooting splits of shooting 6 for 26, that's good for 23.1% from 20 to 24 feet, and 3 for 12, that's 25% from 23 to 29 feet, ain't gonna cut it if he wants to get to that next level and the Knicks want to make the playoffs. Yes, I said it, Knicks and playoffs in the same sentence, and it's a possibility. It is a distinct possibility. Now, not everyone is a fan of this Knicks team. Like Cameron's childhood friend Big L said, the late great Big L, I'm from New York, but never was a fan of the Knicks. There are plenty of people that aren't fans of the Knicks, and people watching the current Knicks organization aren't going to believe it until they actually see results. 4-3 and 7 games into the season isn't going to turn any doubters into believers just yet. But there is a lot of good news coming from the Knicks. Quickley will soon rescue the Knicks from Elfrid Payton's playing time. Burks and Obi Toppin are hurt. They're going to be coming back. Tibbs is a basketball savant, and Immanuel Quickley is Christ. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that. Check out the website, check us out on social media, and thank you.